Hello everyone, welcome to the daily newspaper analysis brought to you by Shankar IAS Academy, 3rd March 2025. Displayed here are the list of articles that we will be discussing today. The first article, two new species of jumping spiders found in Western Ghats. The article is taken from The Hindu. Two new species of jumping spiders. Jumping spiders belongs to the genus Epidelaxia. They were found in the Western Ghats from the Shendurney Wildlife Sanctuary in the Kollam district of Kerala. And we thought that this spider species belongs to, they are endemic to the Sri Lanka. But now we discovered this from India for the first time. And the next is Pradhan Mantri Dhanya Yojana. This article is taken from Indian Express. In this topic, we will be discussing the basic features about the scheme Pradhan Mantri Dhanya Yojana. And the third article, Blue Ghost touches down on moon. The article is taken from The Hindu. So Blue Ghost, a mission, lunar mission of Firefly Aerospace, and it is a part of NASA's commercial lunar payload service. So in this topic we will be discussing what is this mission, and then we will also discuss the basic facts about the Antrix, the commercial arm of Indian Space Research Organization. Coming to the fourth article, PLI 2.0. This article is taken from Indian Express. In this topic we will be discussing the PLI 2.0 and its role and its objective. So PLI, we know that PLI 1.0, which was launched in the year 2020, and now in 2023 PLI 2.0 was launched, and we will discuss what is the objective of the scheme. So without much delay, let's get into our discussion. But before getting into the discussion, there is an important announcement from Shankar IAS Academy. Pre-Fit 2025 batch 3 will be starting on 10th March 2025. Link for the registration will be given in the description. Do register, take test and challenge yourself. So without much delay, let's begin our discussion with the first article. Two new species of jumping spiders discovered in Western Ghats. The article is taken from The Hindu. The article is talking about the discovery of two new jumping spider species that belongs to the genus Epidelaxia from Western Ghats, that is from the exactly from the Shendurney Wildlife Sanctuary located in the Kollam district of Kerala. And this highlights two things. First one, previously the scientific community thought that this species is endemic to the island nation Sri Lanka, but now it is discovered from Western Ghats. So this is highlighting the expanding range of the spider. And second, it is also highlighting the importance of the Western Ghats. We know that the Western Ghats is a very sensitive region, and it is also vulnerable to climate change, illegal human activities like land encroachment, hunting and all. So this is once again reminding us the importance of the Western Ghats. And in this background, we are going to see the features of this genus Epidelaxia, and then we will also discuss the basic facts related to the Shendurney Wildlife Sanctuary. So coming to the discovery of Epidelaxia, first time it is recorded in India, and previously we thought that it is endemic to the island nation Sri Lanka, and this is highlighting the expanding range of the spiders, and the next is it is highlighting the importance of the Western Ghats. And coming to the physical traits of this spiders, they belongs to the genus Epidelaxia. So the genus is different, species is different. Species means a species means the individuals belongs to same species will have an ability to breed and reproduce their offspring. But the genus, they have a genus highlights that they have a common ancestor. For example, if you take the case of humans, we belongs to the category of Homo sapiens. But along with the Homo sapiens, for some time in the past, other species also lived on this planet. For example, Homo neanderthals, Homo denisovians, Homo solensis, florensis. All these species lived on this earth in the past, sometimes along with the Homo sapiens. But what made us different is that our ability to think, right? The cognitive revolution around 75,000 years ago made the Homo sapiens different from other species on this planet. So like that, here also the spiders, the two spiders, there are two species. First one is Epidelaxia falciformis and Epidelaxia palustris. Both belongs to the same genus, that is Epidelaxia. So the females, they will have a yellow rectangular mark on their prosoma. So prosoma is nothing but the front part of the spider or invertebrates, that is known as prosoma. So you can see in this diagram prosoma. So you can also see other parts of a spider. So no need to go deep into that. Just know that prosoma. So just know that prosoma is the front part of the spider or invertebrates. And here in the case of this Epidelaxia spider, in the case of females, they will have a yellow rectangular mark. And the next feature of the spider is the unique copulatory organs. Copulatory organs are nothing but the organs which is used by the spiders to transfer sperm during the time of reproduction. And coming to the species specific traits, in the case of Epidelaxia falciformis, they have a brown carapace and yellow brown stripe in the case of male. And in the case of Epidelaxia palustris, they will have a pale brown band along the side of their body in the case of male. And coming to the females, they will have a white orbital setae. So this is nothing but a structure, a physical structure similar to hair found around their eyes. So here you can see the hair found around their eyes. So this is the white orbital setae. So coming to the next part of this article, Shendurney Wildlife Sanctuary. We know that often UPSC asks questions related to wildlife sanctuaries and biospheres and all. So it is located, the Shendurney Wildlife Sanctuary, it is located in the Kollam district of Kerala, and it falls under Western Ghats ecosystem, and it is a part of Agastyamalai Bioreserve. And it is a UNESCO listed site, and the name Shendurney is derived from an endemic tree found in this region known as Gluta travancoricea, or locally it is, or in Malayalam it is known as Chengurinji. And this wildlife sanctuary supports both the tropical evergreen and the semi-evergreen forest system. And coming to the water, the major water source of this region, this wildlife sanctuary falls under the watershed of Kallada River. So Kallada River is a major source of water for this wildlife sanctuary, and this wildlife sanctuary is established under the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972 in the year 1984. So it is established in the year 1984 under the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972, and it is also participating in key projects like Project Tiger and Project Elephant. And coming to the flora, endemic flora found in this region or in this wildlife sanctuary, it is rich in medicinal plants. For example, this Myristica swamp ecosystem. So Myristica swamp ecosystem, they are known for many ecological activities. For example, they control flood, they plays a very important role in carbon sequestration, and also it has many medical features. For example, it is used for it is used in Ayurveda medicine. At the same time, it is also used for the preparation of many anti-inflammatory, anti-ulcer drugs. And other important flora found in this wildlife sanctuary is Mesa ferrera, is nothing but ironwood tree, and Hof parviflora. These are the other important flora found in this Shendurney Wildlife Sanctuary. And coming to the important birds found in this wildlife sanctuary, first we have the Malabar hornbill, and according to the IUCN, it is endemic to this region. And next we have the Sri Lankan frogmouth. Actually, it is a nocturnal bird. And when we hear the name Sri Lankan frogmouth, we used to think that it is endemic to Sri Lanka, but actually it is not. It is found in Western Ghats as well. And the next important fauna found in this wildlife sanctuary is nothing but the Malabar pit viper, or it is also known as Craspedophilus malabaricus. So it is a highly venomous snake found in the moist forest, and it is also a nocturnal animal. So it is usually found roaming in the night, but during the time of monsoon, it will come out in the morning as well. So in this topic, we discussed the basic features of the Epidelaxia spider, and then we will also discuss some of the basic facts related to the Shendurney Wildlife Sanctuary. So based on our understanding, try to answer this prelims practice question. The question is, consider the following statements. First, Epidelaxia falciformis and Epidelaxia palustris are newly discovered species of jumping spiders in India, marking the first record of the genus Epidelaxia outside Sri Lanka. And statement 2, the Shendurney Wildlife Sanctuary located in Kerala is a part of Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve and is known for Myristica swamp forest. Which of the statements above is correct? Option A, 1 only, option B, 2 only, option C, both 1 and 2, and option D, neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option 1, option A, that is 1 only. The statement 2 is partially correct. It is Shendurney Wildlife Sanctuary is located in Kerala, but it is not part of Nilgiri Biosphere, it is part of Agastyamalai Biosphere. So here the statement goes wrong, and the second statement is incorrect. Therefore, the answer is option A, 1 only. Yes, the correct answer is option A, 1 only. With this, we will move to the next article. Implement PM Dhanya Krishi Yojana at a fast pace, Modi. The article is taken from Indian Express. So from the headline itself, we came to know what we are going to discuss. We are going to discuss the basic features about the scheme, Pradhan Mantri Dhan Dhanya Krishi Yojana, and from the name of the scheme itself, we can realize what is objective. The objective is securing both the financial security and the food security. So without much delay, let's begin our discussion. So Pradhan Mantri Dhan Dhanya Krishi Yojana, it was announced in the Union Budget of 2025-2026, and initially the scheme will be launched in 100 agriculturally challenged districts in India to address problems like low yield, limited finance accessibility, and backward infrastructure. And this is a collaborative effort of both the central and the state government, and we can say that it is a centrally sponsored scheme, which means 75% or the majority of the fund will be provided by the central government, and some amount of the fund and the program will be implemented by the state government. And the objectives of the scheme, it is to improve the agricultural output and ensuring rural prosperity. That means addressing problems like unemployment, lack of income, poverty in the rural area. And the scheme is expected to benefit nearly 1.7 crore agrarian households in India. And coming to the objectives, we already discussed the objectives, but the objectives of the scheme is to strengthen farming system, promoting sustainable agriculture opportunities in the rural area, and reducing the forced migration. Forced migration in the sense, we know that according to the United Nations estimation, nearly 50% of the world population will be living in urban area by 2050. And we know that India is a home to nearly 1.4 billion people. So the half of the population is more than enough to bring more pressure on resource, and that can eventually lead to a lot of socio political, economic, and environmental problems. So reducing the forced migration due to poverty, unemployment, or fall of agriculture output, this has to be addressed. So that is one of the objectives of this Pradhan Mantri Dhanya Krishi Yojana. And the next is boosting the local employment opportunities in the rural area, and the next is reviving the rural economies. So these are the major objectives of the scheme. So coming to the important pillars of the scheme, it has 5 important pillars. First one is enhancing the agriculture output through promoting scientific farming and using the high yield variety seeds. And this scheme will also focus on precision agriculture and the smart agriculture. So go and search about the smart agriculture, what are the technologies used in the smart agriculture, and what is agriculture revolution, or what is agriculture revolution 2.0. So please refer what is this. And the next is improving the irrigation, that is reducing the wastage of the water through promoting micro irrigation systems like drip irrigation and sprinkler irrigation, and then focusing on watershed management. And the next important pillar of the scheme is ensuring better credit facility, that is easing the credit facility system through Kisan credit card, providing subsidies, and also providing low interest long term loans. And the next is focusing on crop diversification, that is promoting climate resilient crops. For example, the millet in the 2022 was declared as the year of millet. We know the importance of millet. Millet is resilient to a lot of climate change events like drought, and it also has high nutritional value. So diversifying the crops is very important, and also focusing on organic and natural farming, which will be very useful in ensuring the better health of the people. And the next is strengthening the infrastructure, that is promoting the cold storage and warehouse facilities in the panchayat and block level, and also focusing on rural processing units and to reduce the post harvest loss. So we know that for example, how this is going to benefit. For example, there is a dairy farming community in a particular area, and they are producing milk, right? So if they sell the milk at for example 1 liter milk at 30 rupees, then they will get only 30 rupees. But if they can process the milk into a curd or yogurt, then the value of the product will also go high, which means they will get better income. So promoting the rural food processing unit is very important to enhance the value of the output and to ensure the better income, and this will also reduce the post harvest loss. And what are the expected benefits of the scheme? Increased income for the farmer, yes. Enhancing the or developing the rural food processing units will definitely bring more income to the farmers, and reducing the migration. Once we can address the problems in the rural area, then we can reduce the migration from rural to urban area. And agriculture sustainability, that is promoting smart agriculture, high yield variety seeds, and focusing on climate resilient crops can ensure agriculture sustainability and better health for the people. And the next is strengthen the rural economies, yes. Providing other opportunities like providing better providing better credit facility can diversify the opportunities in the rural area. And the next is improved market access. So these are the expected benefits from the Pradhan Mantri Dhanya Krishi Yojana. So based on our discussion, try to answer this prelims practice question. The question is, what is the scheme's approach to improving irrigation facilities? Option A, completely relying on monsoon rains. Option B, expanding the micro irrigation system like the drip irrigation and sprinkler irrigation. And option C, shifting to desert farming techniques. And option D, banning water intensive crops. Yes, the major objective of the one of the pillars of the Pradhan Mantri Dhanya Krishi Yojana is to enhance the irrigation system, that is focusing more on micro irrigation system like drip irrigation and sprinkler irrigation. This will be very useful in reducing wastage of the water. So the correct answer is option B. Yes. So with this we will move to the next article. Private lunar lander Blue Ghost touches down on moon with a delivery for NASA. The article is taken from Indian Express. Yesterday, on March 2nd, 2025, Aerospace, Firefly Aerospace's Blue Ghost lander made a successful landing on lunar surface with equipments for NASA. And this is a part of NASA's Commercial Lunar Payload Services, which is a program which is looking for the enhanced participation of private industries in the space exploration. And we know that in India we have a commercial arm for Indian Space Research Organization, that is Antrix. We will also discuss the basic facts about Antrix as well. So without much delay, let's get into our discussion. So first we'll see the Blue Ghost mission of the Firefly Aerospace, and it made a successful landing on lunar surface yesterday on March 2nd, 2025, and it is a part of NASA CLPS, that is a Commercial Lunar Payload Service Program, which is looking for the enhanced participation of the private companies. And what is the objective of this scheme? This is first is scientific research, that is this mission has deployed nearly 10 NASA payload for lunar, studying the lunar soil geophysical activities in the moon. For example, understanding the relationship between the solar wind and how it is impacting in the world. And the next is the technology demonstration of the technologies like lunar drilling, dust vacuum, radiation resistant computer. This will support the future programs in the moon. And the next is the commercial lunar services, that is establishing Firefly as a trustable lunar delivery provider. So we know that the main objective of this CLPS itself is enhancing the participation of the private companies and individuals in the space. And this is the third objective, that is trust building. So coming to the key achievements of the scheme, first is the autonomous landing. That is, the lander made a successful landing on the lunar surface, and that too near Mare Crisium, that too precisely, and the landing was upright. That means without any slanting or tilting, the lander made a successful landing. And the next is the private sector milestone. It is a second private company to land on moon. So which is the first private company? The first private company was Intuitive Machines. And the next, the mission duration. It is a 2 weeks mission, 14 days. And coming to the second part, that is Antrix Corporation. Like I mentioned, the NASA, they are through the program Commercial Lunar Payload Service, they are looking for the enhanced participation of the private companies, while in India we have a commercial arm for Indian Space Research Organization, which is known as Antrix, and it is established in the year 1992. And the role of this, like I mentioned, ISRO is commercial arm for space products and technology transfer. That means simply enhancing the cooperation between the countries as well as within the country. And coming to the key achievements of the Antrix satellite launch services, which means providing launch services at a very low cost, and showcases India's launch capabilities, because recently we launched a satellite of Brazil. And the next is transponder leasing, that is leasing of technologies to support telecom, broadcasting and broadband systems. And the next is transponder leasing, that is leasing of transponder to support telecom, broadcasting and broadband in India. And the next is technology transfer, boosting India's space sector growth. That means, like I mentioned, we have successfully launched a satellite for India, and we have also launched satellites for United States and all. So this cooperation, the enhancing the cooperation is the important function of this Antrix Corporation. And the Antrix Corporation is also located in Bengaluru. And coming to the future prospects, this Antrix Corporation has played a very important role in business restructuring. That means adapting the space sector of India to the global, to the dynamics of the global markets. And the next is enhancing the defense sector, that is exploring the security focused services will definitely enhance the defense and the national security of India. And finally, the global collaboration, strengthening the partnerships worldwide with other countries and with other organizations in other parts of the world. And what is the vision of the scheme? And coming to the vision of the Antrix, it is to leverage ISRO's technology and expand space avenues, and it also plays a pivotal role in global space industry. So in this topic we discussed two things. First one was the Blue Ghost mission of Firefly Aerospace, And next we also discussed the basic features of India's commerce ISRO's Indian Space Research Organization's commercial arm Antrix. So based on our discussion, try to answer this prelims practice question. The question is, which of the following are the objectives of India's Antrix Corporation? 1. Commercial satellite launches. 2. Leasing of transporters. 3. Transfer of ISRO's technology to private players. And 4. Manufacturing and launching of missiles. So the correct answer is option A, 1, 2 and 3 only, because it is not focusing on manufacturing and launching of missiles. It is focusing on providing services, that is launch services for satellites, leasing transponders for the for strengthening the telecom, broadband and broadcast sectors of India. And next, the transfer of ISRO's technology to private players, that is also done, but manufacturing and launching of missiles are not done by Antrix, and therefore the correct answer is option A, 1, 2 and 3 only. Yes, the correct answer is option A, 1, 2 and 3 only. So with this, we will move to the next article. On government table, PLI 2.0, what next to push manufacturing? The article is taken from Indian Express, which is talking about the PLI 2.0, that is Production Linked Incentive Scheme 2.0, which was launched in the year 2023. And before that, in 2020, we know that the Production Linked Incentive Scheme 1.0 was launched, and this is an enhanced version of the Production Linked Incentive Scheme 1.0. So let us discuss more about the Production Linked Incentive Scheme 2.0 from prelims perspective. So Production Linked Incentive Scheme 2.0, which is looking for boosting, or we can generally say the Production Linked Incentive Scheme is looking for boosting the domestic manufacturing and making India a very good competitor in the global level. But this Production Linked 2.0, which is focusing on boosting IT hardware manufacturing in India, because we know that India is known for IT sector, and we had a status of agriculture sectors in till 1980s and late 1980s, but after the globalization we suddenly made a shift from the agrarian status to a service sector status. And now the PLI 2.0, which is focusing on boosting the IT hardware manufacturing in India, that is to enhance the domestic IT hardware manufacturing, to reduce the dependency on imported hardwares, and also to make India as a global manufacturing hub. And now it is focusing on manufacturing of hardwares for laptops, tablets, PCs, servers, ultra small devices. And coming to the key features of the scheme, it provides an average of 5% incentive on incremental sales, and the duration is 6 years. It is started on July 1st, 2023. And what is the eligibility to join this Production Linked Incentive Scheme 2.0? Both the existing and the new manufacturers can apply. And now the scheme already granted permission for nearly 27 companies, and 23 companies are ready for local production. And here you can see the name of some companies. And coming to the impact and progress, so the PLI 2.0, it is focusing on IT sector hardware manufacturing, and this PLI has brought nearly $17 billion investment since 2020, and it has generated nearly 1 million new jobs in India. And the production under this PLI stands at the worth of nearly rupees 11 trillion, that is coming around $131.6 billion production. So coming to the key difference between the PLI 1.0 and the PLI 2.0, so first is the scope. So it is focusing, the first PLI focused on 13 sectors including electronics, pharma and automobile, while the PLI 2.0, it is focusing on more on IT sector and green development. We can see that IT hardware manufacturing, it is one of the key focuses of this PLI 2.0. And the next is further integration of the Making India scheme. And coming to the financials, PLI 1.0 has broad and higher budget allocation, but in the case of PLI 2.0, it is focusing on targeted fund allocation. And for example, this IT hardware outlet, they will receive nearly 17 crore compared to the previous years, compared to the previous PLI 1.0 that granted only 7,000. And coming to the approach, the PLI 1.0 went for a broad approach, while the PLI 2.0, it is focusing on sector specific approach with value addition and research and development. And this PLI 2.0 has also increased incentives for for example, the 5% incentive for incremental sale. So one of the features of the scheme. So it has increased the incentives. So what is the importance of this PLI 2.0? It improved the ease of doing business ambience. Recently, the government has also reduced the changed the tax structure, tax slab. And the next is developing of local supply chains. We know that we have to depend, otherwise we are not, if we are not going for domestic manufacturing, then we have to depend on import. So due to some disruptions, this will be affected. So developing the local domestic manufacturing will strengthen the supply chain as well. And the next is expanding PLI to new sectors. For example, the first PLI 1.0 just focused on electronics, pharmaceuticals, and automobiles, while the 2.0 is focusing more on sector specific. It has sector specific targets. It is focusing on research and development, and it is also considering new sectors like artificial intelligence, robotics, like that, and increase in infrastructure investments. We know that since 2020, nearly 17 billion, $17 billion we received as investments, and this will be further pave more opportunities for the Indian economy. And the next is PLI 2.0, its strategic impact, that is transforming India into an IT hardware hub and focusing on implementation, competitiveness, and supply chains. We know that sector specific targets, competitiveness, that is 5% incentives for incremental sale. And the next is supply chain, going for domestic manufacturing. This will reduce the dependence on import and will enhance the supply chain for India, and also will enhance consistent growth. And the next is sustainable growth in the IT sector. The best example is one of the major objectives of this PLI 2.0 is focusing on IT hardware manufacturing in India. So these are the important features of this PLI 2.0. So with this, we will practice a prelims practice question. The question is, what is the primary objective of the production linked incentive scheme? First, option A, to promote foreign import. To second, option B, to provide direct subsidies to consumers, and C, to boost domestic manufacturing and exports, and option D, to reduce agricultural dependency. So from the option itself, we know the correct answer is boosting the domestic manufacturing and strengthening India's export. The answer is option C. So with this, we are coming to the conclusion for today's newspaper analysis. If you like the video, hit the like button, give your feedbacks as comments, and share this content with your friends. And before leaving this channel, don't forget to subscribe and also hit the bell icon to receive on-time update from Shankar IAS Academy. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for listening to me. Have a nice day.